Previously on The Sims 4 Big Brother. A Nox HOH saw Cassandra become the 5th person evicted from the house. However, the level 5 twist was a pre-jury battle back, and the 5 evicted house guests came back to compete in a dance-off to win their way back into the house, which Johnny won and is now entering the game once again. And he was eligible to compete in the next HOH at Club BB, which is a bartending competition. However, he did not win, and instead, Vanessa became the next HOH. Johnny struggled after re-entering the house and not feeling connected with a lot of his house guests or his percentage of getting farther on in the game. But don't worry, because no one else is having a great time either. In fact, the house guests went through another fire that saw Mark almost burn to death. But there was no way to cool down the house, as Vanessa immediately had to nominate and erupt the house into flames once again. Now, at the nomination ceremony, we saw that the 2 people she disliked the most and the 2 people that were going to be nominated for eviction were none other than Angela and Diego. But, of course, everything can change with the Power of Veto competition coming up. Will Angela and Diego remain on the block, or will someone take their place? Find out tonight on The Sims 4 Big Brother Season 2. Hi all my beanie weenies, and welcome back for another exciting episode of The Sims 4 Big Brother Season 2. And where we last left off, we saw that Angela and Diego have been nominated for eviction, which isn't the best time for Angela to find out she's squeamish, because both of them are heading into the Have-Not room to spend out the rest of their days there. Of course, the Have-Not room is upstairs, and it is full of radioactive rats, so I don't know, I would be feeling a little bit squeamish too. However, it looks as though Diego is spending this time to self-woohoo in the bed right beside Angela. How nice. Unfortunately for Bob, he has discovered that he is clumsy, and of course, he discovers that while he is on the treadmill. Again, not the best time to be finding out these things about yourself. Meanwhile, in the living room, we see a conversation happening between Johnny, Nox, and Rashida. Of course, Johnny is still trying to get some more stable relationships in the house since battling back and joining the game again. And of course, Nox is making some enemies by being HOH all the time. But when the current HOH Vanessa tries to come over and join the conversation, she is completely ignored. I think she should definitely be worried by that interaction. Outside in the backyard, we see that most of our house guests are enjoying that Del Sol Valley weather. But Diego also discovers, once he's done self-woohooing, that he is also squeamish, and ends up going up to the outside bar to grab a drink. Thankfully, it looks as though Kaori has been practicing her bartending skills and has made a bunch of drinks for everyone. Again, it's a little bit late to be practicing bartending. You should have done this 2 days ago, and then maybe you would be HOH, Kaori. However, we do also see that Mark is practicing on that dartboard, and he makes it. Way to go. And of course, in the outdoor gym area, we see Dina is once again practicing her punches on the bag. Dina is always out here, and while this might come in handy for a physical competition, which she hasn't really taken part in, It's really distancing herself from everyone else, and she barely spends any time really talking or getting to know the house guest. The one house guest that she has gotten rather close to, however, is Rashida, who does eventually come to join her in the gym. Are the two of them going to be just gym buddies for the rest of the season, or are we going to see that romantic interest spark some more? Because we haven't really seen it for a while. Meanwhile, it looks as though Kaori is really feeling those drinks she was making upstairs, and she ends up deciding to go into the bedroom and self-woohoo as well. It seems that's a common trend that's happening in the house today. And the same issues that we see with Dina are also happening with Johnny. He's taking this time to find some alone time and de-stress while doing some yoga. But shouldn't you really be getting to know your house guest? I mean, you've been gone for weeks now, and there's no way that you have as strong of a relationship with them as they do with others. So I don't know if that's a great idea. Meanwhile, in the dining room, Knox is thankfully fixing some of those neon signs that are constantly breaking, which is really good for me. It means that they won't get up when I tell them to sit down to go look at a sign. Meanwhile, outside in the gym though, it looks as though Akira has joined Rashida, and the two of them are bonding, instead of Rashida and Dina. As Dina has quit working out as soon as Akira showed up, and instead has joined the party that's going on upstairs at the bar. And there's still one more drink left over for her to take. And I think now would be a great time for Diego to start talking some game. I mean, we see that Angela isn't really doing that. She's just hanging out in the pool. So Diego is really taking this time to corner Dina and Mark and try to get some more votes secured, while Angela just relaxes and enjoys potentially her final few days in the house. However, we have now fast forward through time, and it is time to pick the players for the Power of Veto competition. Of course, we're going to have our HOH Vanessa and the two nominees battle it out, but they each need to pick one person to join them. So first, looking up through Vanessa's relationships, she has chosen, of course, Knox to represent her in the Power of Veto. Now again, does this mean that he has to use the veto the way that she wants him to? No. This is just for picking players, just to clarify. Okay, so now on to Angela, and we're going to see who her closest relationships are and who she's going to pick. Alright, and Angela has picked Rashida to play in the Power of Veto competition. So right now we have Vanessa, Knox, Rashida, and Angela competing, but we still have to see who Diego is going to pick to play. And I'm actually kind of surprised by this, but Diego picks Mark. It looks as though he's actually rekindled that friendship. The two of them did have a bit of a tiff going on when Diego tried to go against the boys, but since the boys-girls alliances are basically completely dismantled, it looks as though the two of them have gotten a little bit closer. So, now that we have picked all 6 of our players for the Power of Veto competition, why doesn't everyone head on through the backyard and enter the challenge arena to start today's comp? Alright, welcome house guests to Big Brother's Bowl-O-Rama. Now, as you can see, you are in a bowling lane, so the rules are pretty clear. All of you are going to start bowling when I say go, and whoever has the best score at the end will win the Power of Veto. Pretty simple, no crazy twists involved. However, none of you have practiced bowling, so I will be pretty intrigued to see how well this goes. And of course, whoever wins the Power of Veto can either keep nominations the same or take someone off of the block. So it's pretty important. So why don't we go ahead and get things started? You are all free to start bowling. And one thing I find kind of intriguing is that usually it makes you change your shoes. We see that Vanessa has bowling shoes on, but Knox, on the other hand, is completely barefoot. And some of the other contenders just have their normal shoes on. I'm kind of intrigued to see how this affects how well they do at bowling. Like, maybe Nox will have a stronger grip on the floor with his bare feet, or maybe he'll slip and slide around. Also, he could totally drop the bowling ball on his foot now, and maybe some of the contestants that have actually changed their shoes will do better at the competition. I'm not really too sure. But so far we have a lot of commotion taking place. We see that it's mostly gutter balls like Rashida just did. She didn't even make her ball down the lane. And we saw that Mark also got a gutter ball, so that tends to be happening a lot. But here and there are actually quite a few good shots. And throughout the game it looks like some of them are getting a little bit better, and some, like Nox, are not. It's actually kind of surprising to see Nox doing so bad at a competition, considering he's been completely dominating the competition so far in this series. But who knows? Maybe he'll also win this one. Or maybe it could be someone new. I gotta say, these fireballs really get me. Like, I never know if it's bad or good when I see fire taking place. Like, I'm not too sure. It looks as though that he got most of the pins, though. But I swear I saw a fireball earlier receive no points. So I don't really know what the deal is with that. However, it looks as though Nox has finished up playing, as well as Diego and Mark. And we are now just left with a few girls remaining in the game to finish up. It looks as though the last two playing right now are just Rashida and Vanessa. But if we go ahead, we can actually see some of the scores of the people that have finished playing, and we're going to compare those with the two scores from Rashida and Vanessa. Whoa, okay, I gotta say that was actually kind of terrifying. Like, the fact that a bowling ball came inches from smashing her skull on the ground was pretty scary. Like, is this the toughest competition we've had so far in the series? I didn't know. Also, I think that you should be able to die while bowling. Like, if you're gonna potentially fall and smash your head with a bowling ball, maybe a new death would make it a little bit fun. But also, Vanessa got a little bit better after that. She was able to get all of the pins down but one on her next go-around. So I'm pretty intrigued as to what her final score is going to be. And it looks as though the two of them have now finished playing. So we have all of our final scores settled. And congratulations, Rashida! You have actually won the power of veto. This is her first competition win so far in the series. And I'm pretty excited to see how she's going to use this power of veto. So why don't all of you head back into the living room and let's get this POV ceremony started. Alright, so again, congratulations Rashida for winning the power of veto. You now have the power to either keep nominations the same or remove someone from the block. And Rashida has decided to remove Angela from the block. Meaning, Diego, sadly, you are still nominated, and now Vanessa must choose a replacement nominee to sit beside you. So why don't we again look at Vanessa's relationships. We saw that she was closest to Nox, but who is the next person that she dislikes the most apart from Diego and Angela? Angela standing up really threw me off. Okay, so Vanessa has chosen Kaori to be the replacement nominee. So, Kaori and Diego, the two of you are officially nominated for eviction, and one of you will be going home on Friday. And again, I'm super curious what you guys think about what's going on in the house. What do you think about Rashida saving Angela from eviction? And what do you think about Kaori having to sit on the block once again? And who do you want to see go home, Diego or Kaori? I'm really intrigued. And also, there will be no more battle back this season. Okay, that was a pre-jury thing, and now that we are getting closer and closer to the actual jury part of the house, there will be no more battle back. So when you are gone for good. Keep that in mind. And we are pretty thankful for Angela, who has discovered that she's squeamish, that she no longer has to sleep in that have-not room now that she's off the block. Instead, Kaori has to make her way back upstairs and relive the horror of the have-not room once again. Like always, if you want to download this Big Brother house or the Big Brother shell of a house, you can on the Sims Gallery at Sims Hot Dogs, or you can download any of the contestants and play your own game of Big Brother at home. And of course, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that stuff so that way you're notified for the next episode on Sunday. And make sure you get to making your Sims for my Big Brother UK series and submitting them on the gallery using the hashtag SimsHotDogs. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.